Hi, my name is Cherie, Yanek, Churchill Librarian. Today we are going to read Nancy Rose's The Secret Life of Squirrels, Back to School. I'll tell you a little bit more about this series at the end, but I think they're so much fun. The squirrels are super cute in this book, and I think you'll see them planning for school in a way you didn't think squirrels actually did. And this is a series. There are a few Secret Life of Squirrels, so if you like this book, I encourage you to check out the other Squirrel Books by Nancy Rose. Most squirrels spend the last days of summer preparing for the cold, but not Mr. Peanuts and Rosie. They have a bigger job to do. School starts tomorrow, and Rosie needs to get her classroom ready. She is very excited and also a little nervous. Mr. Peanuts chirps, "Let's go back to school shopping, Rosie." Good idea, Mr. Peanuts. They head to the store. Rosie fills her carts with notebooks and paper, paints, and crayons. "I love buying school supplies," she tells Mr. Peanuts. "It's just as much fun as gathering nuts." There's so much to do before Rosie's students arrive. First, Mr. Peanuts helps her unpack all the books. He knows every classroom needs a great library. I agree. Rosie hangs a big banner on the wall. She wants all her students to feel welcome. The banner says, "Welcome back over here." Then she posts the class rules on the bulletin board. Rosie knows that these will help everyone start the year off on the right paw. Her favorite rule is listen while others are speaking. Can you imagine if all those little squirrels chattered at the same time? Mr. Peanuts is outside helping clean the field when he spots some sports equipment. "These look like fun," he explains. Mr. Peanuts quite likes to play basketball. "Yes, the students will really enjoy recess and gym class with these," says Mr. Chipper, the gym teacher. "Thank you for helping me with them." Mr. Peanuts goes back inside to find Rosie organizing craft supplies. "Can you help me set up the art corner, Mr. Peanuts?" Mr. Peanuts starts to move a table, but he pushes it too hard, and the purple paint can tips over. "Not to worry," Rosie says, smiling. Accidents happen. Rosie is a very kind teacher, and she always makes sure there are lots of paper towels. Mr. Peanuts spots a guitar in the corner and starts to play. "You should join my class for a sing-along one day," says Rosie. "It would be such a treat." "I would be happy to," says Mr. Peanuts. He is a really talented musician. Rosie is too. She plays the xylophone beautifully. She likes to teach "I Had a Little Nut Tree" to the young squirrels. After all that work, their stomachs are grumbling. Time for lunch. Mr. Peanuts and Rosie head outside to find a picnic table in a nice, shady spot. "The playground won't be quiet for long," Rosie says. "It will be full of happy chatter tomorrow." After lunch, Mr. Peanuts says, "I'm going to drive the bus route, so I better practice." He makes double sure he knows where all the new students live. "Wait, Mr. Peanuts, that's not how you steer the bus. Is that how you watch for traffic?" Look at him on top of the bus. Meanwhile, Rosie tidies up the community garden. Burrowing into the ground is a lot of hard work. What seeds should she buy for the students to plant this year? Rosie gets back to rearranging her classroom and unpacking boxes. She finds her first aid kit and an extra box of bandages and stores them in the closet. These will come in handy if someone gets their tail in a knot, she thinks. It says, "Welcome to Miss Chattery's class." Suddenly, Rosie hears a friendly voice. She peeks into the classroom across the hall and sees Miss Chattery at her desk. Rosie steps in to say hello. Then Rosie goes to the big hall to make sure everything is ready for the welcome address. She has a great speech prepared. "Testing, testing, is this thing on?" she says into the microphone. Mr. Peanuts gives her a thumbs up from the back. In her classroom, Rosie finishes her lesson plan. We will start the day reading the Nutshell Library, she thinks. They are some of her favorite books. Rosie wants the first day of school to be just perfect. She checks her list. All done. Tomorrow will be the best first day ever, Rosie thinks. And it will be. So I'm going to read to you about this book, and normally I wouldn't read such a long one, but I think you'll find it really interesting, as I did and some of my students. So all these books in the series were inspired by the busy and inquisitive squirrels in Nancy Rose's backyard in Canada. When these squirrels became regular visitors to Nancy's bird feeders, she began taking photographs of them and eventually added miniature handmade sets for fun. She creates the sets, positions them on her deck, and watches through the glass door for the squirrels' approach. Her camera is on a tripod by the door so that she can capture the squirrels in action. She makes most of her own props, such as the school bus, classroom furniture, playground equipment, podium, and the little blue backpack that appear in this book, and occasionally uses some existing miniature items, such as the music equipment and baskets, to decorate her sets. These days, Nancy's friends, old and new, offer her little things in her set, with some, like the shopping cart, coming from as far away as Germany. Amazingly, she does not manipulate the photographs digitally to position the squirrels in the scenes. She gets the squirrels to pose by hiding peanuts in and around the props. Nancy enjoys photographing squirrels in particular because she loves their curiosity. I love to, too. It's also challenging to photograph them. They move very quickly. Sometimes it could take more than 100 shots to get the right image. So you might want to play this video again in light of that, because now you know a lot more about this book. When I read that, I found the book even more interesting, knowing that she just put these little scenes outside on her deck and the squirrels engage with them in that really neat way. So I hope you enjoyed this book. You can check out other great Nancy Rose books in this series, and I think you'll enjoy them a lot too. Thanks for listening, and keep on reading.